There is an island in the Caribbean with millions of dollars of mansions lost in time. Everything is left behind from cars to priceless art pieces, and nobody is coming back. In 1498, Christopher Columbus set sail on his second voyage, and the island of Montserrat emerged from the horizon, its lush landscapes and towering volcanoes, a testament to nature's raw power. Named after the revered monastery of Montserrat in Spain, this Caribbean gem would go on to bear witness to centuries of history, from colonial conquest to artistic expression. But beneath its tranquil surface, a different story unfolded, one of fire and ash, of destruction and rebirth. Today, I'll take you on a journey into the heart of Montserrat's volcanic past, exploring the ruins of a once thriving town, the legendary air studios, and the scientists who braved the volcano's fury. Let's uncover the secrets of this island, where beauty and danger walk hand in hand.
You know, there's a lot of buttons here, and I don't know what any of these are.
Oh my God. In the first video, Steve and I took a small airplane, which is the only way to get here. It was a terrifying experience for me, but as we flew over the beautiful landscapes, I knew the adventure was going to be one for the books.
This is ground control to Major Josh. Do you hear me, Major Josh? Skies are clear and the winds are low. You have nothing to worry about. The runway's clear. You are safe to land.
I'm still feeling it from yesterday, guys. If you did not see last episode of this channel, go back a week and check it out. Part 2 of Montserrat was insane. The stuff we seen, the stuff we did. So, here's actually what's going down today. We're gonna pick up Steve, right? All right. And then we're actually gonna be going to a place called the MVO, which is actually the Montserrat Volcano Observatory. And we have a interview with the chief director of that. I actually don't know I've never even seen a volcano observatory, so this is new for all of us. But we're gonna be as close as we can maybe to the volcano. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We're also going to a place today called the Air Studios, which is where they did all their recordings with like Jimmy Buffett. Apparently Michael Jackson maybe secretly did an album or a song here. See, Montserrat was full of life before the volcano struck, and Montserrat had so many people that was musicians or artists that were here, and they still do, and it's very amazing. But all the famous people would come here and record some songs here on vacation and just work here, and it was great. And again, even Jimmy Buffett and so many people, like one of the Beatles actually performed and did some songs here and recorded there. So this is big, and that's abandoned. So there's a lot here, so we have a lot to do. Gotta get Steve. Oh my God, is that a look at that dude? Holy crap, that is awesome. Who's trying to attack Steve? All right, here he comes with his machete in his hand and all, ready for another day.
Now we are heading over up the narrow hill to get to Air Studios, the recording studio that helped produce many of the songs that we've all heard before on the radio.
Road hasn't been taken care of for years. All right, we parked the car and we are walking into history.
Pretty good way in.
Nice. Look how overflow the water is. It's touching the brim.
Yeah, there's real overflow. There's tadpoles swimming in there. I can see that.
Where? Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Look at these little guys. The legends themselves recorded a song, hung out, jumped into the pool after and chilled. Had a great view at one point that you can't see. This place was the OG spot. A place that no one forgets and still honors today here on this island is Air Studios.
In the Caribbean, Air Studios became a haven for music legends on the tiny island of Montserrat, founded by Sir George Martin, the mastermind behind the Beatles' iconic sound. The studio's tranquil atmosphere and top-notch equipment made it the perfect spot for musicians to unwind and create. The Rolling Stones, Elton John, Dire Straits, and Led Zeppelin all flocked to Air Studios Montserrat. Iconic tracks like Kashmir and Every Breath You Take were born within its walls. Paul McCartney, too, laid down some tracks, adding to the studio's legendary status. There are even rumors that the king of pop, Michael Jackson, secretly recorded some songs there, though those remain shrouded in mystery. And Billy Joel crafted hits in the studio's warm atmosphere. Tragedy struck in 1989 when Hurricane Hugo devastated Montserrat, dealing a crushing blow to Air Studios. The studio suffered major damages, and despite efforts to recover, it was shut down for good.
Each of us has a story of that moment that we came face to face with Hurricane Hugo.
But because of those power outages, many in the area have been unable to see or hear the valiant ways in which their neighbors have coped with this devastating storm.
We have just received word now that Hurricane Hugo has picked up speed.
Winds will get up to 132 miles an hour.
A tree fell on our truck. Ducking behind cars gave only a short break from the wind.
The legacy of Air Studios lives on through the countless hits that were born within its walls, a testament to the power of creativity and collaboration.
Group selects track wheat. Track wheat to the launch. 14. If you're going in replay, you shall probably need the insert button.
Oh my god. Alright. Gotta be careful where you're stepping, but it should be alright. Wow. We are walking through cool history though. Look at this. I'm actually freaked out to walk further on this side. This place is actually gutted, way worse than I expected it. I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. I mean, you can't even step. Everything's soundproof though. Like even right now, I can like hear my own thoughts in a ringing sound because it's so quiet in here, despite everything. These are one of these locations that it's like, it's not about what's left inside. It's just about showing how important this place was, especially to the island. But it's still something I felt like we had to share and cover on the island of Montserrat because of just how important it was, how many famous people and talented people walked through here. And you can see the big speakers that were right there, actually on each side. And if you look up too, you got all the cool fancy lightings they would have in here. I think that's literally it. There's like one more room we missed in here, but this was the systems to control the lighting. Now I just want to show you guys a good compare about what this picture looks like here compared to what it looks like now. I think it's actually like really crazy. And what's cool about it is when they built this to have the same technology as the same ones that did in London did. So they made this just as good and just as strong and the best equipment you can get, just like that one. And it's just really sad that like, you know, the hurricane hit here and then it completely flooded all the equipment and destroyed this place. And that's what abandoned it. All right, picture this. I love before and after pictures, but that's just crazy to me. That is the craziest thing. So really quick guys, before we head out of here, we're gonna go upstairs to see the last kind of bit of this place. We're still in the jungle. All right, I gotta somehow get up here, make a little makeshift thing. Remember, Steve, the beetle guy walked on these very stairs, all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't break them.
True, true. Oh yeah, yeah, we're not stepping to the right. And obviously when the hurricane hit here, it ripped all the roof off, so all the water dripped down to the bottom, which is why you've seen all the mold and also why all the equipment got completely destroyed. Looks like a jungle. Imagine just hanging out here, having parties, recording downstairs, you with the elites, all the best, making music for the love of it. And now it's all gone and forgotten about. Woo!
super hot. We just left the radio, air radio. We are now heading to the observatory to meet Dr. Ryan.
Montserrat Volcano Observatory just up ahead on these streets.
We're blocked by the chicken.
Come on, chicken.
And his little cheek.
Yeah, chicks, look at that.
The chicks are funny though. Look at that, bro.
Hey, that's a volcano.
Yeah.
See that antenna?
Yeah. There's the antenna for like radio signals and stuff. That's what I'm guessing. Oh shit.
This is like packed. Oh, you can park
Oh,
here.
yep. Okay. So this is like one of the tallest points here. And we're obviously at the observatory. You can look and see the volcano from here. A bit windy, but all the view is beautiful in general. Ain't it cool? It's like, yeah, I got a meeting with Dr. Ryan. Makes me feel important, you know? The science guy. Oh, look at this. They got their helipad. And right over here is their studio. Richmond Hill, we've been there. We've been there. My drone's been there. The lava dome. And we're seeing that right from, well, here, looking right up. Boom. Right there.
Dr. Ryan is a renowned volcanologist who has dedicated his career to understanding the complexities of volcanic activity. With a personal connection to Plymouth, where his family once called home, Dr. Ryan's interest in volcanology was sparked by first-hand experience with the island's Soufriere Hills volcano eruption. Now, as a respected researcher and advisor at the Montserrat Volcano Observatory, Dr. Ryan continues to advance our knowledge of volcanic behavior, working tirelessly to help protect the people of the island.
So I have a question as well. So with like earthquakes and twisters or tsunamis or hurricanes, it's like you can class them like, oh, category 5 hurricane, so we know how strong they are. Do they have something like that for a volcano?
Yeah, we do. It's a VI index.
Okay.
And it goes from 1 up, 1 to 5.
Okay, yeah, so it's similar to like
called magnitude, right?
So
well, that's earthquake, right?
Yeah,
Magnitude, yeah.
So yeah, like it really goes with the volume of material that is being generated by.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like I'm assuming it's like, oh, what you said, and then how much lava magma is coming out would determine that number.
Yeah.
But okay, I know because my next question was like, what number was that when Plymouth got hit?
So this eruption generated 100,000 cubic meters of, which is tiny, so that would be like 0 or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it was like, you know, hundreds of millions of cubic meters.
Yeah. So would you guys say the volcano is on its way out now, or is it still, do we need this here just to observe because it could erupt again?
Yeah, so that's, this volcano is kind of atypical. So most volcanoes have a clear start and a stop, and so this one is very ambiguous. So there are two things that can make it weird. One is like the long-lived nature of the eruption itself. So most volcanoes of this kind, you know, erupt on average for maybe 2 or 3 years and then stop. This one hasn't done that. It ended with what we call a collapse, where a big piece of the volcanic dome comes away, large pyroclastic flows and explosions, and then it stopped. And more or less there hasn't been any more lava coming out since that time. But what we see, and why we have the Volcano Observatory, and we have different strands of monitoring. Like I said, we have, you know, we measure the temperatures, we look at the volcanoes that changed, we look at the earthquakes, how many earthquakes are being generated, what kinds of earthquakes are there, we look at the ground deformation, and all those things are telling us is that the magmatic system is still active. We're still seeing significant quantities of volcanic gases, particularly sulfur dioxide, because that's the easiest, for reasons of like the physics of how you can measure gases, it's the easiest one that we can get a flux of to see, okay, how much sulfur dioxide is this volcano putting out? And we're seeing, you know, hundreds of tons a day. And system, from our understanding of how the system works, you have to have magma or volatiles coming into the system to be producing that 15 years afterwards. Otherwise, you just tail off if you're not getting a new input. So all those things are telling us that this system is still active. So it's not, we can't say, oh,
pack up and go now.
You know, it's finished.
Yeah.
From what we can see, the system's still active, and so we have to think that there's still a potential for
another
further phase of activity, but that's not guaranteed.
Correct. So the eruption that took out Plymouth, how long did they have to evacuate before that all hit them?
Well, before pyroclastic flow started to go.
Yeah, so they were all safe, which is what. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so like all of the areas that have been impacted by pyroclastic flows were evacuated. Some people, 19 people were killed, but those were in areas that were evacuated. But for various reasons, some people decided to stay in those areas.
Dr. Ryan then took us down to the Volcano Monitoring Lab, where all the activity is recorded and documented for further studies.
So this is where you get all your data for the island?
Wow. It's like a video game in here.
Yeah, or a big hacker's room.
Yeah, right?
Is this right now?
Yeah.
Wow, you're monitoring the thermal, huh? Yeah. The heat of the volcano.
What would you say this one is, if you can explain that?
Seismometer. So any small volcanic earthquake, this one is the most likely to pick it up. Venus is a seismic technician.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Venus.
Yeah, we're seeing a little spikage right there, right?
So Venus is in charge of...
Yep.
So that's the regional, as Graham said. So that's nothing that's happening on the island, but further afield.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
These two are local earthquakes now. These are VT earthquakes.
So these are volcanic tectonics.
Yeah.
What would you say that would be, like, earthquake in terms of, like,
So that happened around 1? Kind of?
Yes, this is like 1 a.m.
In the morning.
Oh, in the morning.
Yeah.
like a little tremor shake, you'd say, or?
You wouldn't feel
You
it.
won't feel that. It's
Okay.
too small. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
These are very, very tiny events.
If it was big, like a big earthquake or whatever, like would it just be like covering like the whole thing?
Oh wow, interesting.
We have seismometers, all over the island, from the north to the south, and the signal takes time to get to each of those different ones. So the further away it is, the longer it takes.
Venus is our guardian angel then.
Yeah.
Saving us.
Yeah.
Saving the day.
And we were walking there, we were like, oh my god, what if something happens? But yeah, thankfully no.
So
Hopefully it stays that way.
hypothetically, you guys must have like a protocol or like a routine. Let's say it starts to happen right now. You see something going on. What's the first thing you guys do?
So,
like what would be?
So Venus would immediately tell people to get out. So telling people to evacuate. So Sonny would have an evacuation plan. So he knows what he's got to do. Bundling people into the jeep and start heading out. And they would sound the siren. So anybody that
I remember hearing that.
didn't, so that would have been the test siren.
Yeah.
So anybody who, for some reason, because like everybody should be. That's why people are, have to follow those protocols. So that you get on the radio and immediately you have that.
And you got direct view of the volcano.
Yeah, and you can see
The view's insane.
The view is nice.
I mean, for real. You even got the telescope to look right at it from here? Well, that's an observation.
You guys have a nice office.
Yeah. So when we went into Plymouth, that means you would have known when they called us about 2 days ago. They said 2 bodies are going in.
Exactly.
That was us 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The side of Plymouth, the capital that's completely overgrown, has people ever or can go there, like with a helicopter or to see it? Because there's a tourist side you can kind of see.
That's where you were.
I wasn't all the way in. I'm talking the bush.
Yeah, well, so that's all Zone V.
Okay, yeah. So technically I was in Zone V, but I wasn't really in, like to the the neighborhood part of it.
So like all Zone V is restricted access. So,
Right.
So you can only enter with specific permissions. So at the moment, you have a system in place to give people permission to tour the Plymouth area.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, we were right there.
Yeah, we were probably like right here where the
right
port was,
here.
where like they deliver.
Oh, the port. Yeah, we were like right here and right here around there. But we're wondering, like, what about
that's
this
the side where all the neighborhoods and the houses are.
At a distance, there was like a lot of.
Has anyone ever been there?
Well, obviously people have been there, but you would to go anywhere in there, you'd have to get special permission. So you have to go to the DMCA and say, "Oh, I'd like to do that," and they'll probably tell you no.
I assume that too. Yeah.
And I went back there like a few years ago, and like everything's in there. Like my old Apple II Plus computer.
No way.
Oh,
hey, I'll get that back for you.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
so all their stuff in that area is pretty much left there. But question, why wouldn't they take their stuff? It's because they were forced to leave in that quick second.
Had to leave quickly, and then also you don't have another house somewhere. So you're leaving. You don't have anywhere to put anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, some people
some
people are going into shelters. So obviously you have like next to no space to do anything.
What about the cars too? People just had to get up and leave their vehicles.
No, well, they drove out with the cars because that's how they were getting out.
Yeah. Did you get evacuated that way?
No, I was always living in Salem.
Okay. So you were evacuated that way.
So technically, I wasn't living here when the
evacuations
happened.
Yep, you were studying.
My family, my father and my sister, they had to evacuate. Yeah.
So their stuff is as well.
Yeah, yeah. So like because
that's a time capsule.
Yeah.
So here in Plymouth, this is how much ash and mudslides and everything filled it up to there. That's insane.
This is what we used to use way back.
To read it?
Yeah. So there was a needle on it. It was hooked up to a motor, and then it would just go. So it's like the same thing that you're seeing here.
Oh my God, it's just paper then.
Yep, we used to have to change these every day.
And this is what
a big roll.
This is what you were talking about that you
you
liked.
Yeah, the drum recorder. Yeah, really nice.
It's so cool. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're very lucky. Venus doesn't usually talk to people.
I like Venus.
She's funny. She was great. Yeah.
We're cool.
We're great.
We're cool, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, she was really nice. So guys, this is the last thing. See, when it was active and wanted to erupt, oh, if you can even see, you can see it. It was going like this. Then it had that down period that we talked about, and then again, and it's off. And it goes again in 2010 right here. But the thing they're saying is, because the bar here, again, their reading levels, they're still going up, and it's still showing activeness just as it did here. It's not going down, which is why this whole thing is still here. And that's to simplify it in a dumb way so we all understand. Right, thank you so much for that. Seriously, thank you.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. We're doing it. I gotta announce something to you though. We're going back to the mansions. More to film. Let's go. Seems alright, huh? Oh, look at that. So these are on telephone wires. You can barely make them out. Telephone pole right there. Again, once a lavish street with houses. Oh, shit. You just saved me.
Yeah, I literally moved it for you.
Look at that one.
Well, that's like just a frame of the mansion now.
Yeah, that's unique. That looks sick, huh?
Yeah. All these mansions, man, they all have their own unique design and architecture to them, which is why I love exploring here. You can see the ocean straight ahead.
So good. So apparently, and what I was gonna say is, we looked at our map and we picked the biggest mansions here in Fox Bay. Like,
in terms of like size from Google satellite. These are the ones we're driving to and exploring. Again, this was legit a street. Can't even tell. Look at that.
Is that a car?
I don't know. Oh my God. Ah. What is this? So.
Dude, this looks like it could have been a car at one point.
It's so.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's the engine right here.
How is it this destroyed? Look at that. Is that boat crashed into the house?
Like a little one. Yeah.
How did the boat crash into the house? Is it from like a landslide and it pushed everything? Yeah, bro, it is. Look, everything's all crumbled.
Yeah, it just came sliding down then from here.
I've never seen something like that. This boat is pretty sick though. The engine seems to be obviously gone. Nothing's left. It's just a huge shell now. Got to be careful about going in this one. Might not be anything inside, but honestly, with all the things we've been doing now, it looks like there's nothing here. And then all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch here, but could be on another floor. Look at this. Maybe we can check on here. Yeah, it does look like the other ones. It looks like I can kind of get in through this side and wrap around to the right. I just don't want to cave down and fall in. Kind of scary. Wow. Look at that. Look how the chairs sit. Synced into the ash. These are kind of preserved. What are these? Look at that. Reminder. It's Montserrat postcards. That's really cool. From the Vision Center. Probably doesn't even exist. Hey, look at that. From Plymouth. That's really cool. That's from Plymouth. When you can see the postcards or documents and it says the address Plymouth, you can't even go there anymore. It's gone. It's under the ash. So to see that preserved like that is really cool. That's an old little, I think, radio down there. But for the most part, nothing's left here. It's so destroyed, this one. So much water damage. You can tell it was from the landslide, though, that caused a lot of this damage. All of it, like, plowed in here, knocked the whole wall down. And because it's built on this kind of slanted hill, I mean, the whole boat is coming in. It looks like a movie set scene. I'm about to leave, but I noticed this. This was their sugar jar. Look at that retro tint to it. I love that. And last but not least, their bedroom. They have their phone still on here. It looks cool. You know, one drawer open. A VHS tape down there. It's all like solidified to the ground now. Became one. One thing I was thinking about in my head is like, imagine things happened here in like 2002. We would be seeing maybe more like Segas, video games. We'd be seeing a lot more of different things as the time going on. That would have been crazy because those are like stuff that like we may be seeing Goosebumps stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying like what would have happened in different years and time spans. This was 1997, so we're seeing very older things. But then again, we are on an island in the middle of nowhere. But look at this. You know, and when I was younger and I was playing like Nintendo, original Nintendo, I've had those TVs that you're looking at right there. We are about to leave this place, but right before we leave, I wanted to show you the interior of this car. I love the old interiors, especially now being 2025. Look at how they look. It's like so ancient. This stuff to me is like what's in now. I'm like, I want to collect a car that looks like this. So the house we originally wanted to go to is impossible. We ended up just parking our car in an abandoned area. Now our car kind of matches and looks kind of abandoned. It's like we have to get to this mansion, bro. It's driving us nuts. But if we can't find a path in, maybe it's just not worth it. And this is the reality. You can't even move forward. We're stuck. Now again, without the help of Google Satellite, thank God for technology, I still wouldn't know where we're going. So Steve is saying, like he said, that he thinks animals made this path, which looks like it. It's not like totally all humanized.
It's like the animals make their own roads, that they know where it's safe to go.
Yeah.
Literally, we just follow it. And look, there's like animal poop right there.
Oh yeah, you're right, bro.
Yeah, no, I've done this so many times. I just follow the animal tracks and it leads me to the
spots.
places sometimes.
It looks like it's maintained, but it's like impossible. There's no path to even get here except here. Why does it look like this? We should watch out for animals, huh? So right here, there's another house. We can check out both. I mean, animals must live here. What's crazy is this was a whole door. And it's gone. And look how it leveled the floor. You know what I mean? Again, with the stone walls, we've seen that many times. Just overlooks the view. But this one's in bad shape, and there's what it seems to be pretty much nothing. Yeah, nah. The only cool thing here, I'd say, is that pink lamp, which is kind of fresh. So the house that we want is actually across from here. So still on the right path. So I was showing my mom some of the pictures of this place. And she's like, the radio looks like from 1960s. The chairs are from 1970s. And the TVs are 1970s. So that's pretty nuts. Right now, Steve is leveling up his wood cutting skills to 100. Getting us through here. We're strengthening up our abilities in crafting. But we're making our path to extend over to the next place, which we think is promising. So we think this is worth it by our judgment. Like and subscribe if you're new here. This is what we do. It takes a lot of effort to go to these abandoned places. We have a Patreon and link in the description down below if you want to donate. It costs a lot of money to go to these places. I have a Discord where it's like a big chat service if you don't know. And when you donate, you get that service with it for free. I'm on it. I update people, everyone who's on it every day. We hang out, we talk. If you want to get to know me more and we all hang out, it's on there. Link in the description down below. Or I don't know if you guys can see it, but I see it. Right through here, I can see the house now, the one that we wanted. Fudge. God. Yep, I see it, bro, huh? So somehow over here, I hope the reward was worth all this. Steve is sweating so bad, he needed a break. We're taking this out. Steve put a lot of work in getting us here. I'm just gonna do a little chop.
Just like that.
Chop.
Just hold it tight, bro, because that thing could fly. Like the knife can fly off your hand.
Yep.
Nice, dude.
You think?
There you go.
Maybe I have a natural skill in woodcutting my class.
Maybe you should switch careers.
Yeah, I might.
Be a woodcutter.
This is one of the craziest explorers we've ever done. Now, explorers, think about it. You've been watching us for a long time, right? When did we ever have to do stuff like Tomb Raider?
Cut that thing.
This one?
Yeah, right there. There you go.
Woo! I don't know if the camera caught that, but we did it. Okay. It's like we're in a first-person Skyrim video game, huh? All right. God, okay. We made it. Look at this, so you can see the ceramic plates. And that's actually Plymouth. That's the watchtower of Plymouth right there. I remember seeing a before and after shot in the MVO.
Yeah, look at the floor, just literally fell crumbling down.
I don't know if we should go that way or maybe head down here. Look at this. There's a car peeking out. We just have to get down. We just have to get down over here. I'm just gonna push this whole thing. This might have been worth it now. I don't know what would be in here, but oh. Yes. Wow. Look at this bad boy. Now, explorers, look how preserved this car is, this Volvo. This, to me, so far, is the best car I've seen, and it was so worth the trek to get here. The fact that you can still see the tires, maybe this car can still ride, but it's just so preserved and pristine. Jeez. And it's under these, like, cool pillars. I mean, I don't know what else will be here, but this is the coolest one completely yet we found. Remarkable, in my opinion. And I'm gonna take my lens out, my little flashlight. Look at this. You can see the dashboard and everything still preserved. This is unbelievably amazing to me.
We explored the remains of this house, and there was nothing left, aside from volcanic ash and the car left behind in the garage.
I'm gonna have to drop my bag to weigh a little less so I can trust myself walking through this. This is their kitchen. Yeah, I mean, thank God there was that car there, because this was a lot of work for, I mean, sadly, almost literally nothing if we didn't have that car. All right, guys, I just want to kind of sit here and talk to you guys really quick about why we do this, why we put all this work in to see this. And first off, it is cool, and it does feel like we're walking through a time capsule museum, except there's no rules, no laws, so it's exciting, right? That's kind of like a great reason right there, but there's so much more to it. There's a lot of passion, because when you have to go through stuff like this, it becomes a passion if you like to do it. We don't steal, we don't do anything. We just come here and we like to document history. Old things, new things, whatever, disasters. We want to show it all off. And one of the reasons why is because, first off, we like to do this. And second, yeah, it is a job. Third is because we love to bring that nostalgic back and, you know, preserve history. Because this place is going to get demolished one day, or it's going to be gone, or the next eruption is going to happen and it's going to be completely gone. It's going to be avalanched or over or buried. So it's like we have this video to showcase what this place used to look like before. And that goes with abandoned dead malls, asylums, schools, and everything. There's so much asylums that we got to show off and preserve now that are gone to this day, completely gone. There's a McDonald's built over it. There's a neighborhood built over it and things like that. So we have all this and say, hey, we can look back and be like, hey, yeah, we went here. And for the people that live there, they can type in their asylum and watch our video and be like, wow, you know, this is what we used to explore or go into, or this is what my dad used to work at. You know how much malls I explored and had people say, thank you so much. I used to have a date here. I used to come here every day after school. It's things like that I'm like, wow, I do this a lot, not only for myself, but for you guys. We're all learning together about Montserrat, and we're learning about what happened here, and no one really ever documented this. The only people I know documented this that has videos online is Stringer Media, and I think Two Swag Productions has videos out here, so shout out to you guys. Other than those people, I don't know anyone else on YouTube that ever came here even knows about this. I think this, you know, we put a lot of work in this video. We interviewed people. We put a lot of money to even get here for the passion and the art and the love. So I really hope you're enjoying this. And this is one for the books, and not even really History Channel covered too much on this and for those who did, it's been so long ago in the past on TV that it's just a lost media file. So to have this on the internet that you can easily look up or learn about is great, and that's what we do. So just wanted to share that. We're gonna keep it moving. Also, guys, really quick, without that, here is one of my art designs. So this is an actual photo from an asylum, and this is one of my shirts that I sell. I started a series. I don't post the next one until they all sell out. So this is the one that's currently online. This is an anime girl. It's not even AI. We drew it, and we put her into every single one of my photos. And this is kind of like what we sell. So it's like a little hype kind of style brand. This is what I like to do, and I have a bunch online. If you guys want to support and buy them, that means a lot too. And I have a bunch of other stuff. It's exploringcrew.com. I am Exploring with Josh, and we're the crew. We go around the world searching for unknown places. It doesn't cost, well, if you're local, it won't cost much money but gas. And I remember when I started as a kid, being 16 years old, I used to skip school and explore. And so it's like we started with, and I had no money back then, so we would just kind of like get rides and go explore around our local areas in New England. And we didn't need any money, and that's how we did on the weekends. We avoided trouble. We didn't do drugs. We didn't drink much. We just had so much fun doing that and breakdancing. So this is what we love to do. We're still doing it now. So yeah, thank you guys. All right, guys, we trekked in here. I don't know, how long do you think it took? About an hour, Steve?
Even more.
Yeah, to get to this was the hardest one. I'm gonna put all my stuff away. I don't want to record getting out. I'm just updating everyone as we take you guys along. So, putting my stuff away. We'll see you when we get back to the cars for the next spots. Peace. All right, guys, and we are back. A couple more we're doing. So, right now, we are on the closest street to the beach where we just look out at the water, which means we'll probably have the most expensive houses here no matter what. All the richest is right here. This looks like a big one. Like Bruce Wayne's mansion. Holy crap. We gotta jump this, I think. Ben.
So I was watching on TikTok, this guy karate chops anything. He breaks chains. So I think I just karate chop it.
Really?
Yeah, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. 1, 2.
Wow. Thanks to Steve's karate chop we got here. Don't know what we do without him. Most expensive one for sure. It's massive. This might be one of the coolest ones we've done so far. It sucks the roof caved in. Whoa. Oh my God. Even the bathroom looks better than all the rest. Completely different from the other ones. Look, you have this art piece right here. Little palm tree. Massive kitchen. Bruce Wayne himself was here. Look at that. Preserved since 1996 or 7. Art piece is still on the wall intact. Curtains with the furniture. So coming back to the paintings, Steve made a good point. That's the artist's name. I don't know who this artist is. Almost looks like Stephen King. I can't really read that, but I just wanted to tell you guys that's the artist. This one doesn't have it on here. Oh, it does. Oh, I can kind of read it better. Cave, Stephen Cave. Let me know if this guy's a legend or not. Regardless, in my opinion, he's super talented to me, so I'm loving this. We had a gold mine with this one. Very unique setup to how the way it's destroyed. I mean, look. I didn't even notice, but over here too. Some more art pieces. Guy was a full-on millionaire, multi-millionaire for sure, whoever lived here. He had his own gym equipment here. Treadmill. You can still make that out, huh? This is super sad, man. It's like you work so hard to buy your dream home, to make it happen. And then you're just getting screwed over by nature. Look at this bed. Look at this. It's literally our level. So much volcanic ash and everything is seeped through somehow. I don't even know. It piled up this whole room. I don't even know. There's a wilderness in the bathtub. Unbelievable. Now, if we look at his kitchen, you can see it says Runaway Travel, Marine Drive. Maybe this is one of the companies he owned. And I think he went to some sort of university, as on this side, American University of the Caribbean, Montserrat, West Indies. What I really like too is down here, his Coca-Cola cans, the old school classic ones. I'm going up the stairs probably maybe to their bedrooms, but you can see that they had like plants going all the way up to there. I mean, you can't get any more fancy than that. Wow. This one's pretty much preserved. This was maybe one of their kids' rooms. Obviously must have had a family, right? Little baby doll right there. Some stuff in here. Some VHS tapes. That's in Chinese. Nothing really left about the family. Now this is interesting. They're empty photo albums. But I'm just wondering, why are they all empty? And they're all open. Did they take them out? But they would have just took the whole book with them. Again, another Chinese calendar. So I'm assuming this was maybe by the calendar, it's possible that this could have been our super rich Chinese family that did a lot of business. I mean, look at their door entrance. It's like a whole castle door. Like they had a drawbridge and everything. It just feels like it. Walk into their big, massive area. Their Christmas tree at one point would be down there if they celebrated Christmas. I mean, this is crazy. It's a very eerie vibe, explorers, when you see something like this. Not many people get to do this. I don't know if anyone really wants to do this, but it is very exciting and eerie. And yeah, it's pretty much safe to say now that this couple, Mandarin couple from China, probably the mainland for sure. Could be Hong Kong though, but I don't know. Just an idea though that this is for sure. This is definitely either way some Chinese owner, in my opinion. Check this out. fancy rich dresses and clothing. I'm sure like whoever lived here owned everything. Now what the fudge is that? It's massive. Like all the bees, termites' nests maybe? They owned this whole thing. Look at, they made all these nests. Kind of looks like the magazine, those outfits. Gotta have the most lavish bathroom. Love it. Last but not least, the last room. Don't even know if I could make it over this, dude, honestly. I don't even want to go through here. I'm on my last kind of like HP, my last health. I'm so tired and exhausted from this. Oh my God. This thing is still sitting in the corner. Hasn't moved in like 40 years. Wow. Never mind. Obviously another bathroom, another bedroom in general. We cannot go through here. Look at that. I wasn't joking. We are on the finest of the finest now. The last stretch of this video for exploring mansions, of the ones that we picked through satellite. This doesn't mean these were the best ones. It just means these are the ones that we decided to do and take a guess. But I can tell you this is probably the most expensive one because it was the largest in the whole area of Richmond and Fox Bay. I mean, dude, this could have been the freaking governor's property for all we know. I bet you this was a whole pool. Yeah, I'm actually sure it was, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So this is why I think I'm walking on a pool, and I could be wrong, is because right here was a whole water fountain. You know, so water's all dripping down, and it probably had this beautiful area where the pool would be. And right here was probably a nice little walk path to take you over to this. Again, I've never seen a place like this so unique in my life. Oh, could be wrong. I think the pool could have been right there. Let's trek in here though. Unbelievable what we're still seeing, and you can just make out every little thing almost by every little bit. This is the coolest one I've seen, hands down now. The marble on here. This was probably to cook your food, to hang out while looking at the beach. And maybe, like I said, actually maybe this was the pool. I mean, not to get too close because I don't want to fall in, but I am pretty sure this was the pool that we're on. But look at their view. Can't even make this up. This is honestly amazing. And this even brings you downstairs, probably back into this house, I think. But let's take it down. Oh no, it doesn't. There's a gate. Probably just wraps you around to get a better view of the beach. I mean, we're talking, this could have been even here $1 million or more. I don't know what this would have cost in 1997 or what the prices were, but especially back then with everything being so, you know, great, this could be top tier. Also, I can see their side though. If they found out that it was 400 years ago before an eruption ever happened from 1996 anyways, at that point, they're probably all thinking, it may never erupt, and if it does, we might all be dead. Who cares? And then they build all this stuff anyways, not ever thinking what was really going to happen, and who would have thought? And then going forward with what I learned, first off, look at, those are doors. You can't even open them. We're so covered by dirt and trees now. But think about this as of right now. The data shows that at any point in time, technically, it could be awoken and things can happen again, which is why the MVO is still here. The data shows that there's still activity, just as if it was gonna erupt. That's what makes this volcano super interesting. Covered, watching us as we speak. I just noticed this, but the whole roof right here is ready to just fall down. I was looking out at the roof and I just noticed this. There is a I've never seen anything like this, but there's a cactus on the freaking roof. And this, guys, wraps up our last abandoned house of the trip in Montserrat. I am so tired. One of the hardest and craziest explores I've ever done to date in the last 11 to 13 years on YouTube at least. Most memorable places that probably sticks to me for the rest of my life, documenting this and showing this. It's definitely one for the books, for sure.
went over to David Lee's place, the Gingerbread Hill, and he wanted to share some of his homegrown mangoes.
So we found a mango.
So they have a mango tree, and apparently this mango tree is different from all the mango trees, but they have like one of the best mango trees, so.
The guy that sold us the property, there's Julie trees over there, which is what everybody dreams about, but nothing. He would not go to the Julie tree, he would come to this tree.
Yeah.
Take a bite.
Oh! All right, let's each take a bite. Each take a bite.
Okay. Wait,
it's all right. We could each share.
What about that taste?
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Probably one of the best mangoes I've ever had.
Well, you won't buy that in the States. They pick them too green. This is right off the tree.
Damn. Oh, this is incredible.
Bro, chill. I want to have a bite. I just want a bite.
Here.
Yeah, that's...
It's so juicy and sweet and perfect, man.
Oh my God.
That's why we moved to Montserrat. You can just pick it off the tree.
This is really good. We need more.
Is there any on
We beasted on these now. It's all gone. Look at all of them right here. We can eat them all. There's so many. It was nice hanging out.
Yeah, thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
God bless.
And here we are, where it all started and where it's ending. Back in my room. All right, guys. I'm gonna make this kind of short and sweet. So we've probably worked on this whole documentary for 72 hours. We've had sweated so much, looked like we went through war, burned thousands and thousands of calories to film this. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into this. I would love if you guys can share this whole series with everyone you know. This is something new and different, and this took up a whole month of my YouTube channel. You guys have been watching hopefully since the beginning to make it this far to the very end. We've done our interviews, we've done what we can. I hope this came out good. This whole entire thing was what we call a running gun. In film words, it's when you just take your camera and you're just recording nonstop. You know, we don't have a second guy to film this or do this and do that. We're on a quick time. It's just a running gun shoot. That's what this whole thing was. And we were here for 5 days to make this happen, and you guys are getting it into 3 parts, but then the 4th video was the director's cut, I call it, which is all 3 parts kind of converted to make one special video. And I don't know what I'll do with that. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, but I would love to do more with it if I could, but Explorers, man, I love you guys, seriously, and this was a beautiful experience to come to Montserrat. I wish I could have showed off more. My whole purpose here was to document the whole disaster and learn and go with that. But honestly, Montserrat as an island is very beautiful and has some of the best people on earth, and they're super welcoming, and even the tourism board and everyone with, you know, even the whole MVO, everyone was super nice and welcoming. And you know, I wish I stayed longer to just experience more here. The beaches are beautiful. You can kayak to cool spots. There's a lot to, you know, actually do on this island and just kind of kick it and hang. And it really is super sad that Montserrat is the way it is from the volcano. But I will say every local here, almost everyone, will say like they're okay that the volcano happened because now they have their own island that's not affected by tourism, by commercials. You know, cruise ships aren't landing here. These people are so happy and comfortable with the way life is as is. What would life be in Montserrat if the volcano didn't erupt? You know what I mean? And that's a huge thing that's been in my head since I've been in Montserrat. The reason why there's only 3,000 people left here is because there's not too much left here except the secret beaches and everything, because it's just done. There's nothing, there's no build or growth anymore. It's going to take 50 years probably before Fox Bay is kind of back up and running, which is what we did today. Maybe 30 years. It depends. It could be fixed up tomorrow, realistically. But it's going to take some time, and it's going to take some investors. But it will happen, because this island is ready to boom, and it could. But no one's doing it because the volcano is not asleep yet. And at any time, it could probably, or possible, it can erupt again. I'm done here. My work's done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said 1,000 times,
check out my merch, check out my Patreon if you guys want to donate or anything. Thank you so much. But it is super hot. I will say and I said it before and I'll say it again, this was one of my hardest explores I've done to film and put this together on my entire channel. Just because it was 90 degrees and it was humidity, that it was 90% humidity at 90 degrees, and we were trekking through thorn bushes and vegetation that was beyond what I thought was possible. You know, and on it, I mean it. So subscribe, guys, like everything. Thank you so much. We are the Exploring Crew, and we're taking over. So get the Explore merch. Peace.
Huge shout out to my Urban Legend tier Patreon supporters and beyond. Haunted 1821, Tiffany Ramirez, Jonathan Leslie, Jason, Amy, Voices from Beyond, Skylar Guidry, Adam Miller, Catherine Coleman, Olivia Morales, James Dieter, Echo, Misty Graham, Tim F., Kelsey Benner, Sigmanum, Daniel Poplinski, Duncan's Game Chest, Seafied Variable, Dylan, Patrick McCloskey, and Sarah Cole.